She stood in line like any other ordinary morning, her hair perfectly set, her posture graceful yet tired in a way only overworked souls recognize, but today she dressed simply, no designer coat, no jewelry except a small watch, because she wanted just one day away from the world that constantly demanded decisions, signatures, and impossible expectations. To everyone around her, she looked like just another young woman trying to survive the morning rush. When she reached the counter and ordered her usual caramel latte, she barely noticed the men behind her, the tall, broad-shouldered guy with kind eyes who looked like life had hit him one too many times, yet he still smiled at strangers as if holding on to the idea that kindness still mattered. She inserted her card, ready to leave quickly, but the machine beeped red, declined. She froze, heat rushing to her cheeks, not because she didn't have money, she had more money than anyone in that cafe would ever guess, but because she'd purposely canceled her cards for 24 hours after a security breach at her company, trying to avoid public attention while her team fixed the issue. She started fumbling for another method of payment, already hearing the impatient huffs behind her, when the man behind her stepped forward without hesitation, placed his worn wallet on the counter, and gently said, "I've got it. Don't worry." His voice didn't mock her, didn't pity her, just simple sincerity. She tried to protest, embarrassed, but he only shook his head with a warm smile and added, "It's just coffee. Happens to everyone." And for a moment, she stood there speechless, struck by the effortless kindness of a complete stranger who didn't judge her, didn't try to flirt, didn't take advantage, just helped. She thanked him and moved aside, watching him order the cheapest drink on the menu, clearly counting his bills carefully, and something inside her chest tightened. She was so used to people wanting something from her, investments, opportunities, attention, that she didn't know how to react when someone offered something without expecting anything back. Curious, she sat down at a table and observed him take a seat at the far corner, alone, sipping his drink like someone savoring what little breaks life gave him. She finally gathered the courage to walk toward him and asked if she could join him. He blinked in surprise, almost spilling his coffee, then shyly nodded. They talked. Not about business, not about money, not about the markets her company dominated. He didn't know who she was at all. He talked about juggling 2 part-time jobs, caring for his younger sister, and how he always tried to stay hopeful even on hard days. She listened, really listened, feeling something she hadn't felt in years, genuine connection. He asked what she did for a living, and for the first time in her career, she avoided the title CEO and simply said, "I work for a tech company." He smiled and told her that whatever she did, she looked like someone who worked hard and deserved good things. Her chest ached. When was the last time someone encouraged her without knowing her status? Hours passed, their coffees long finished, yet neither wanted the conversation to end. Eventually, his phone buzzed. His manager needed him urgently at the security job he worked, and he apologized for leaving so abruptly. She watched him rush out, feeling an unexpected sense of loss, but before he disappeared, he turned around and waved at her with that same warm, genuine smile. She returned the gesture with a flutter in her chest she couldn't explain. The next day, she returned to the same cafe at the same time, something she never did. Routine wasn't part of a billionaire CEO's life, but today she wanted to see him again. When he walked in wearing his security uniform, she finally realized how much he sacrificed every day to help others, including strangers like her. And when he spotted her, surprise lighting up his face, she knew something was beginning, something real, something neither of them expected. He didn't know her name, didn't know her power, didn't know she owned the building his security company worked in, yet he treated her as if she mattered simply because she existed. She took a deep breath, ready to tell him the truth soon, but not yet. For now, she just wanted to sit with the men who bought her a coffee not knowing she was a millionaire CEO. And as she saw him walking toward her with that sincere smile again, she felt something warm inside her whisper that life was about to change in ways neither of them saw coming. And before the chapter closes here, remember, stories like this are created every day on this channel, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because the next story might be even more heart-touching, even more dramatic, and you won't want to miss it.